Takadosh Boker Or Bekiim Bahalacha 4, day 62, Siman 27, page 155 Halacha. This is in the middle of Membet. The common custom, okay, Minhag Olam, is to use a strap that is considerably longer than the measurement for the tefillin shalosh, right? But in any case, the strap on the person's right side is made to be longer than the strap on the left side. And see more about this in Halacha 79. Meaning, right now we're not going to explain why, but later on we're going to explain it. So therefore, the right side is going to be longer than the left side. Let's see 167. Okay, the Mishabra ruled that there's no maximum length to the straps. You could have it as long as you want, right? There's no problem whatsoever. So this is all the length. What about now the width? So he says like this: the width of the straps used for both the tefillin shel yad and shalosh, right, must be equal to the length of a kernel of barley. So the poskim agreed that it means 1 centimeter. The klum. You know what 1 centimeter is? Nothing. Yeah. So he says, right, like this. He says in 168, this measurement was determined by Rav Chaim Nai. That Rishon LeZion concurred with this in Yabia Omer. The Chazon Ovadia says that Sephardic Jews also, right, adopted the measurements determined by Rav Nai, defining that it's that a tefach is 8 centimeters, and not like the Chazon Ish that he says that a tefach is 10 centimeters. The LeZion though says that the halacha follows Rav Chaim Nai's measurements, we still must reckon each tefach as 10 centimeters regarding the minimum dimensions of sukkah. So therefore, it's going to be kosher according to all the opinions. But Rishon LeZion disagree with the LeZion, and he says no. Once we have established that we follow the measurements of Rav Chaim Nai, we always go Rav Chaim Nai. That's it. We don't have to do anything else. Okay. Regarding the tefillin straps, it is recommended to use the straps that are at least a centimeter wide, which follows the measurements also by the Chazon Ish. So if you do it by one centimeter, so that's going to be good even according to the Chazon Ish. It is recommended to use a strap of at least 1.1 centimeters to satisfy the Chazon Ish. Nowadays, the common custom is to use straps that are about 1.5 centimeters to enhance the mitzvah. So therefore, it's going to be thicker. That means if you're going to take the majority of the straps and you start measuring them, it's going to be 1.5 centimeters. Okay? Fine. One should make sure that the part of the strap used to make the yod knot on the tefillin shel yad and the part used to make the dalid knot on the tefillin shel rosh are at least as wide as the length of a barley corn. If the straps is not wide enough, so we cannot consider them to be kosher, right, for use of the mitzvah. Look in 169, the Chazon Ish ruled that part of the strap to form to the knots does not have the regulations of the rest of the strap, and therefore they don't have a minimum width. But Rav Chaim Nai, however, argued on that, and therefore he ruled no, that you still need it. Meaning, there's a machloket. What about the part making the daled or the yod? Right in the back of the head, you have the daled. On the tefillin, you have the yod. That part, right? What happens over there? Do you need also the regular measurement or not? According to the Rav Chaim Nai, right? He says, right, you do need it, even though, right, the Chazon Ish says that you don't. What? No, but he's saying that when you're actually coming and making it in the form, so maybe behemet it starts becoming smaller the way that you're wrapping it around. So he comes and he says that the Chazon Ish, he comes and he says, right, that basically you don't need that because once, even though you're going around whatever those parts, there's no problem. Rabbi Chaim Nai says no, every part of the tefillin need to have the minimum measurement. What about strap maintenance? So one must often examine the parts of the straps of the tefillin shel yad that the person turns in order to tighten the loop on his upper arm. Since that part of the strap is subject to pressure every single day, as long as the tefillin is worn, so it's likely to become stretched or even torn until it's no longer the required width. If the strap becomes permanently creased so that it appears to become too narrow, it's still kosher, as long as it's actually wide enough for the crease to be straightened out. Meaning, right here, you come and you tighten. So when you tighten over here, it's less than the desired width. So he says, as long as I could still open it up and it's still fine, it's going to be kosher. But if it's going to become torn, because it becomes torn after a while, or things like that, so therefore it's going to be a problem. What about partially torn strap? If the strap has developed a small tear, but even its narrowest point is still wide enough to be kosher, so it could be used with the beracha without any problem, as is going to be explained below in Siman Lamed Gimel Seif Yudche.